Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to May. We start the month off with all planets direct, other than Pluto in Aquarius, which will be going retrograde on May 5th, but is now taken up a residence in your 7th house, not to go back into Capricorn in our lifetimes. Mercury is out of shadow, and Venus will be out of shadow by May 26th in Aries, right when Saturn moves in, along with a newly entered Neptune in Aries. For the next 14 years, Neptune will do a little retrograde back into Pisces before settling back into your Aries house by next January. Saturn will remain in Aries from May 26th until April 13th, 2028, roughly around 3 years. However, the next few weeks will just be, Saturn dipping its toe into this new energy and house. It will retrograde back July 14th this summer to finish up some remaining business in your Pisces house. Let's see, for you that is your Pisces 8th house, before coming back into your Aries 9th house on November 28th, 2025, again to stay until April 2028. Don't worry about the dates. I'll write these down for you in the description box down below. Saturn naturally rules your 6th house of health, pets, work, daily routines, and the 7th house of serious committed partnerships and business and love, marketplace and contracts. And with the ruler of the 6th and 7th house going into the 9th of good luck, legalities, legal settlements, law, gurus, teachers. The 9th house covers publishing, lawyers, long distance travel, religious beliefs. You could meet or attract someone who is older than you. They could be foreign or even in your own country, yet from foreign shores, or have a slight accent or speak a different language than you. You could meet this person through education or while traveling, through law or something that is tied to religion, like a wedding you could have to travel to, for example. Or there could be a student-teacher type of vibe to the relationship that you end up being in. There could be a feeling of past life karma to balance out, and maybe even an age gap between you and another. Saturn rules age. Saturn will be trining your sun, moon, or ascendant. So I see this as a smoother transit for you than for some of the other signs. If you do meet someone, there is the potential for it to be a very stable and secure relationship, and one that may last a very long time with Saturn involved. We also have Pluto, so this could be somebody of significance or have a very powerful persona. They could be well known as well in their area or where they're from. And I mention relationships so much because I see it very strongly here, because Saturn naturally rules Aquarius in your 7th house. And not only that, you had Pluto move into this very important angle, the 7th house as well, which again shows that there could be big transformations and serious partnerships, or the meeting of a profound, never to be the same again, type of love partner. We also have Pluto from your 7th active at this time, making an aspect of what we call a sextile to Saturn and Neptune in your 9th. So you have the 7th ruler making an aspect, to its ruler in the 9th, which is a positive. Sextile can be sometimes a lazy aspect. You use something to kind of trigger the energy of it. So it just kind of flows smoothly. So your partner could be somebody who's like very spiritual in nature because of this aspect, or maybe they're even psychic with, the Pluto-Neptune sextile, and then of course Uranus too. They could also be some kind of like healer, teacher, maybe a therapist or psychologist. If this isn't about love, you could be driven to build something here in the 9th house area. Maybe you're writing like a screenplay or a novel, wanting to create something because you are, as a Leo, a very deeply creative person. You rule the theater and the stage. You could be wanting to create something that you can broadcast and teach, something of a long-term vision that you're trying to bring into reality, or a business of some sort that you may work closely with a partner or a business partner, since the 7th and 9th can be contractual houses. You may be building your skill set as well, because Saturn also rules your 6th house of work and job that you do to pay the bills. The 6th is also your health and healthcare practitioner house. 6th house covers people who provide a service. So you could be going through a period of learning or coursework to become a health practitioner, a nurse, a therapist, etc. If you're not able to go overseas, a Saturn in the 9th can restrict foreign travel. But since he trines you, I think that may not necessarily be the case for you. And this, again, can be more of a positive experience compared to the other signs. But you will need a job or daily work that serves your higher mind somehow, like a job that will allow you to travel or one that puts you in contact with people from foreign cultures, a job that can give you more freedom and is in more alignment with your belief systems. Otherwise, it can even make you possibly ill since you have your sixth house ruler going into the ninth, which lends more significance, and there has to be a meaning to the work that you do. Your health can be affected or influenced by foreign doctors, yet in a positive way. You may also need to take your health more seriously, or you can find that like learning how to meditate, for example, can improve your health both mentally and physically. Spirituality also may play a role in improving your health as well. Maybe even something like practicing or teaching Ayurvedic medicine as a few examples. A foreign doctor, and again, it could be somebody who is older or more serious or Saturnian in nature, can be the key to helping you solve an old health issue. Alternatively, you can work with large land animals like horses, as the ninth house represents larger animals as such. And since the ninth is generally ruled by Jupiter, maybe you are a part of or will lead, since Saturn is a leader, an organization that rescues, Jupiter's freeing, horses or other large land animals as a line of work. So just throwing that out there, that must be for somebody. Lastly, there is this outer triangle of support with the transition of these outer planets moving into new houses, which shows a flow of ease around these new beginnings in your ninth house, which will now house Neptune and Saturn. Pluto in the seventh of intimate partners and business and love, and Uranus into Gemini. Uranus will move here July 7th this summer into your 11th house of friendship, large networks, dreams, goals, windfalls, fame, and the internet. You could be introduced to the love of your life while traveling abroad or through an internet dating site, or just being a part of online groups or through a group of friends while out socializing, especially so if you're attending functions that are humanitarian in nature or serve the people in a humanitarian fashion somehow, like attending galas or fundraisers. It could also be within groups or childhood friends in your local community. Excuse me. Gemini rules our neighborhoods and friends, but can also represent children. So maybe you meet a significant love through children somehow, like an event for children or an educational fundraiser within your community. If you do meet someone new or over the next several years, as Uranus rules your seventh and will be in your lucky 11th house for around 7 years, and Pluto in your house of partnership will be there for around 19 years or so. And then you have Neptune in your ninth and Saturn. Saturn will be there for about 3 years. They will be somebody who can change and transform your life completely, with Pluto, the planet of transformation, taking up residence in the seventh house now of serious partners in business and love. Pluto rules Scorpio, your fourth house. So again, you can possibly meet this person near home, even if they're not from your hometown or even from your country. Maybe they're, visiting, and bam, you end up bumping into them in your local cafe or something like that. If you are already partnered, some of these changes can be happening for your partner with Pluto in the seventh. Not the meeting somebody new part, but they could be the one going through profound changes that can also have a knock-on effect on your life. Maybe they're the ones coming up with an opportunity to go through an extended course of study to begin a different career, or maybe they are dealing with a legal battle or are working on a dream project. And maybe they're trying to start an internet-based business, or they're just working hard on a dream goal in general. And it would be one that will have them working in isolation for the next couple of years, or at the very least, the goal that they have will be one that will require hard work and perseverance for them, but also one that can yield great rewards once Saturn moves on from that ninth house by 2028. All right, Leo, take care, and we will see you in June.